Good afternoon, everyone. My name is Nayaswami Padma, and I'm here today to bring you today's noontime inspiration from the original teachings of Paramahansa Yogananda. I'm reading to you from Swami Kriyananda's autobiography, The New Path. In this brief excerpt, he says, "Another measure of Yogananda's interest may be seen in the fact that the first edition of Autobiography of a Yogi, his own autobiography, ended with a ringing report of his hopes for founding such a colony. Brotherhood, he wrote in that edition, quoting a discussion he'd had with Dr. Lewis in Encinitas, is an ideal better understood by example than precepts. A small harmonious group may aspire other ideal communities over the earth." He concluded, "Far into the night, my dear friend, the first Kriya Yogi in America, discussed with me the need for world brotherhood colonies founded on a spiritual basis." This is so interesting. You know, when I was in college, I went to the University of California at Berkeley, and I remember taking a class in English literature, and at a certain point, the topics that we were reading about were all on utopia. They were about utopian societies, but none of those utopian societies actually existed. They were dreams in the minds of very famous authors. And yet at the time I was 18 years old, 19 years old, and I didn't know that they didn't actually exist. And as I was reading, I was so inspired by these utopias. And then I remember in a discussion in class, it finally dawned on me by something that the instructor said, that all these writings had been theoretical. I thought they had been real, but they were not. They were theoretical. And I was just devastated. I so much wanted them to be real, but they were not. And so what Yogananda is talking about in this brief little paragraph is so important, because he was saying we can have precepts, we can have beautiful ideas, but they need to be planted. They need to be grounded in living, in reality, in direct experience. One of the several key reasons why Yogananda came to the West when he did is to bring the teachings of meditation and Kriya Yoga that his guru and lineage had brought him into, initiated him into, to the West, so that people could have their own individual, direct experience of God within, of the divine within. And so that principle translates perfectly also to this concept of communities. It's not a concept. It needs to be a reality. It needs to be lived in order for it to be experienced by enough people so that that experience can then grow and spread and be shared in such a way that it will spread like wildfire. Joy to you, and we'll see you again on Tuesday. Blessings.